Hello everyone, I'm Nick and welcome back to Fantasy Food Show. I know it's been a little while since we've made an episode. I've had a really busy fall, but I'm so excited to be back today to do a holiday episode in the theme of Stranger Things. So today we are making this Stranger Things Gingerbread House. Let me show you how it's done.
To make the gingerbread, you will need a large cake board, flour, brown sugar, molasses, butter, vanilla extract, 1 egg, thick royal icing, salt, ground clove, cinnamon, and nutmeg, some store-bought graham crackers. I found these cinnamon grams at Trader Joe's. The template, which you can find at the fantasyfoodshow.com website, and lots of different candies to decorate the house. You'll also need some small LED Christmas lights. And as always, the quantities you'll need will be available on the website.
Okay, the first thing we have to do is to make our gingerbread house. Now, of course, you could use a store-bought gingerbread house if you'd like, but I want to make my house look just like Will's from Stranger Things. And I found this floor plan of Will's house online, and I blew it up on my computer and printed it out, taped it together, and I used this to create the templates of the house, which you can find on the fantasyfoodshow.com website. So make sure you grab those. And the cookie dough that I'm using today is the same cookie dough that I used for the gingerbread cookies last Christmas. So I'm not going to show you how to make that today, but I'll just leave a link to that recipe up above for you to check out. I've also laid down some parchment paper. I've got a rolling pin here. I've got a little paring knife, pizza cutter. I've got 2 books here, about a 1/4 inch in thickness, just to help when I'm rolling out the dough. I've got my cookie sheet and some extra flour. So come on in and let me show you how to make the gingerbread house.
Roll the dough out on the parchment paper using the books as a guide. Then lay the template on top and cut along the ends with the pizza cutter. Use a small knife to cut the windows out, but keep those pieces in while it bakes. This will help keep the windows shape, and you can remove those pieces later. Bake on a cookie sheet in a 375-degree oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. I'm only making one side of the roof because I want to be able to look into the house when it's all done. I decided to mimic the alphabet on the living room wall in season 1. Use something small and round like a piping tip to make 26 holes on the roof tile. Make 8 holes on the first line and 9 holes on the second and the third. Once the gingerbread is out of the oven, use your knife to recut the window pieces and remove the excess. For the siding of the house, tint some royal icing light gray and put it into a piping bag fitted with a rose petal tip. Make sure the gingerbread is cool, and then start at the bottom and working your way up, pipe lines of icing across the gingerbread with the smaller end pointing towards the top of the house, skipping the windows of course. Then, pipe the molding of the windows in white icing with a round tip. Let this dry completely. I recommend doing this the day before you plan to assemble the house. Oh, and make sure to make the front door. I did this off camera, and I used some brown royal icing and a little 6-slit for the doorknob. For the roof, I spread some white icing all over to make it look like snow, and then used a skewer to remake the holes for the lights. I popped the lights in from the back, and as you can see, some of the holes were a little too big, so I added a little more icing, which helped secure the lights in place as it dried. Once it's dried a bit, you can pipe the alphabet on with black royal icing and a small round tip.
All right, our side pieces and our roof piece are drying, and you want to make sure you let those dry at least overnight or until the icing is completely set before you assemble your gingerbread house. But I wanted to show you, for those of you who have never made a gingerbread house before, how to actually assemble one. So what I've got here is a store-bought gingerbread kit, and here are all the side pieces and the roof pieces, and it comes with this bag of royal icing, which is actually really good stuff. You just have to knead it for a minute or so in your hands and then snip off the tip and you're ready to go. So what I've got here is my very pretty silver cake board, and I'm going to take my first side piece, take some of that royal icing. I'm just going to squeeze it onto the bottom here. You want a good amount. This is going to be the glue that holds it to the board. That's good. And I'm going to position it right on the side here, right where I want it. Just going to hold that for a moment or two. And it's going to take some time to set. So while it's setting, you can take some, these are just soup cans, this is tomato paste. You can just put that in here just to help it sort of stabilize on either side. And that will keep the piece upright as it's going. I put it on backwards. That's okay, it doesn't matter. So now you want to put the side pieces. So this is a side piece. Let me take some more of that icing. Another big dollop, big line of icing. And why don't we just do them all backwards and they'll be uniform. Put that on here. Now what you could do, actually I'll take this up. I'll put some on the side as well. Where is that? That way, when I put it here, there we go, it sticks to the first piece. This one will probably be a little bit more stable because it's got that first piece to lean on. But just in case it's not, again, you can take a little spice container and just put it on either side. You just want to take these out before the icing completely sets, otherwise you'll have these spice containers stuck in your icing. All right, and so then I'll just do this with the other two sides and then we'll be ready to go.
For the interior, I wanted it to look exactly like Will's house. So I took the store-bought graham crackers, I followed the floor plan, and I made it look like this. For all of the larger walls, I just used 1 or 2 full-sized crackers, and for the smaller walls, I just cut them to fit with a large knife. The only pieces missing now are the alphabet walls, so use some more black icing to make the ABCs and the light strands, and then add some candies or colored icing for the bulbs. The candies I had were a little big, so I just did a few for the idea of it. Glue these into the house, and then it's time to decorate the outside. For the front porch, make some starter holes where you want your candy cane columns to be, there are 4 in total, and then glue them in with some royal icing. Add some more icing at the top of the candy canes, and carefully place the front overhang piece on top. Finally, grab some friends and add candies till your heart's content. If you have time, you can even decorate each room of the house to look like the show. Add some battery-powered lights into the house, put the roof on top, and there you go, my Stranger Things gingerbread house.
All right, we did it, our Stranger Things gingerbread house. There it is, it's great. Thank you so much for watching. It's great to be back doing the show. If you like this show, please support us on Patreon. Check out the website, fantasyfoodjoe.com, and I'll see you soon.